And what's up, everybody? Today we're going to be playing Big Balls VR. I'm just testing out games right now, and if I find another game, I might play it a lot more, but Gorilla Tag will be my main game from now on. And I'm going to get into it, but I'm going to do the best settings you guys can get for arm power. Tell me if you don't like those settings, and if you don't, tell me. So, we're going to get, you guys got to go. So, for people that are wondering how to play 2, you want to go to, pick out one of these games. But if you like basketball, either play half court or full court. I'd like half court better. And then you press casual, and then you could pick any game. And then I'll show you guys the best settings you guys can get.
Don't worry.
Not good.
So, first settings are 123 and 122. I like these settings a lot.
I got him, guys. I got him.
I'm going to again to USB settings, but best settings are to play with, or I think I like these settings. If you're good with if you only like shooting, highly recommend this. But if you don't, it's okay. But also there's so 140 139 or 140 is the best settings you could get. Or this. And I like these if you have good power. And they're super good if you're very good at shooting. You just have to have just the right amount of power. Plus they're good at dunking. So if you like dunking, it's the best. But I'm not a dunker. Okay, and there's also, so you put this up to 134, and then this to 80, and you put this one to 65. Or something close to 65. And if you're able to get those exact settings, those are pretty good too. I'm just bad at shooting. So if you like these settings, tell me. They're bad for dunking. Kind of good for layups. You just have to grab them to the rim. But they're kind of bad. I mean, they're bad. They're good for dunking. Every setting is good for dunking. But layups for them kind of suck. You just have to get it a lot farther down. Because some settings people like to go like up there and then make it. But these are pretty bad for those settings. You always have to get into the middle. If you don't get into the middle, like you can't go from the side. Like, see, if you mostly overshoot it, or it hits the rim. But if you hit it hard enough, sometimes, and plus you can't do close. So that's pretty bad for those. And there's also these settings I personally like. Want to get that to, here's the settings. Copy these down if you want. They're good for people that are very good at shooting. And if you like them, they're very good for dunking, and they're kind of good for layups. You could kind of hit it anywhere. You just need some power. They're very good for layups and stuff. These are personally my settings. And if you don't like these settings, I feel bad for you. And these are the settings I personally use to play. So, and there's also 28 and 114. These are pretty good for people that are like they're older and have power. You have to put a kick into it, but if you're that kind of person, you like putting kick into it, these are your kind of settings. But if you don't like those settings, use these settings. You could also put this also like at 113 or in 114, and they're pretty good for shooting. Then you have to have good accuracy, and they're pretty good for layups. Good for dunking too. And if you don't like those settings, use 155 to be exact, or get it in that radius. But these are for like people that suck at shooting in real life. These are mostly for beginners because they're too much power, and for people that don't know how to shoot or starting to shoot. And there's also put this to 130 or 140. They're too much power, but if for people that are super young, or if you just, or people that one hand. Oh, and there's also 130. You keep this at 110, and you get that 141. And some people like having their wrist power good, but having their arm power down. And it mostly hits the rim, but you have to have good accuracy with it. And you get that to 180. You get that to 80, and you have to be like super good power. You keep that to 130, and then you go down all the way to 80. These settings are also good. I highly recommend these if you're like a good shooter and you have power. But if you don't, so you put that to 200. Some people like these settings too. They're pretty good. So that's the lowest and then the highest. These are also good. But if you guys don't like those, it's good. Some people like these a lot better than other settings, but that's how it goes. Some people like different settings. And there's also this one. You put this to highest and this to lowest. This is for you people that like half court. You just have to have good power in the right power. I'm not good at half court, so this isn't setting for me. And plus, it's not meant for two-hand. And plus, there's also these settings that are good for half court. If you have a lot of power. But if you like also 3 points, You just don't have to put that much power in. And those are also good power. That's also a good power. And so if you put these both at lowest, for some people that are wondering, this is what you get. So highly recommend don't do that. Okay, so then put this up. Get to 129. Have good accuracy. These are pretty good. But then if you put this up to 150, you could kind of airball it a lot, but you'll airball it. But if you don't put that much power in, you could get it pretty good. So, like, they're not really good for layups because there's too much risk. But they're really good for shooting. So if there's people that like shooting a lot, these are your kind of settings. Or people that like doing trick shots, these are kind of your settings too. But highly recommend not to use them that much. But if you put this to 20, they're very good with those. And they're not the best for them, kinda. If you guys like these kind of settings, so like if you put that to 80, that to 80. I meant this to 185, and then that one to 80. Kind of airball it a lot though. But those are for people that are young or in middle school that are like not the strongest. Or if you don't like those settings, and these might be your settings. You could also make shots like this and like almost always hit the rim. It doesn't really hit backboard. So if you like those, or put that up to like 139, you could also do that. They're better for green. And that's really it. So if you guys wanted any settings from this video, put that in your thing. But if you don't like those settings, please tell me. And if you guys like this video, tell me if you want me to keep doing more. And bye. Bye. Bye.